Hello again, my name is Ashley with the Clinton Public Library. This is part 2 of the 1930 Citizen State Bank Robbery. This is the articles from the day after and the week following the robbery. So just some more information of what happened and the aftermath. December 17th, 1930. Joe Walker, shot in gunfight, dies. Question bandits. Question of the remaining 2 of the 5 who robbed bank. Reports received here at 2 o'clock today said that E.H. Hunter, Terre Haute rum runner and member of the bandit gang, died in the county hospital at Danville. Hunter is the 3rd of the 5 men who robbed the Citizen Bank here yesterday to die. The 2 surviving members of the bank robbery gang that lost a running machine gun battle across 50 miles of Indiana and Illinois farmland were questioned today regarding a series of bold crimes as the 3rd victim of their flight died. 2 of the bandits were killed and the 3rd was wounded before the remaining pair was captured on a farm near Slidell, Illinois. Identified as William M. Long, 32, and William Martin, 32, the 2 bandits who escaped the posse's bullets by surrendering were to be brought to Newport today to be questioned by Chauncey Manning, head of the Indiana Bureau of Criminal Identification, and other officials. The bodies of E.W. Landry, 65, of Frankfort, Indiana, and Thomas Bell, alias Herman Lamb, formerly of Pittsburgh, remain unclaimed at a Slidell morgue. The 5th bandit, E.H. Hunter, 47, Terre Haute liquor runner, was in a Danville hospital, critically wounded and expected to die. Doubt suicides. Whether the dead bandits were killed by rifle fire of the posse which pursued it after the Citizen Bank here was robbed of $15,000, or whether they ended their own lives rather than face capture, was debated today by the posse men. Most of the pursuers that witnessed the finale of the chase were convinced that one of the bandits ended their own life. Some believed he had been shot by his companion first and then ended his own life. Others were convinced that each bandit committed suicide. The 2 remaining bandits were questioned last night and today by Sheriff Harry Newland, Chief of Police Everett Helms, and the other officers. The officers questioned Long in the Vigo County Jail at Terre Haute last night, but could get little out of him. Hunter, too weak to talk, was not being questioned, but Helms, Newland, and Patrolman Walter Burnside, who led the chase yesterday, were in Danville this morning questioning Martin. The officers expected to bring the bandit back to this county to face charges of either murder or bank robbery. The machine guns and other evidence collected in connection with the robbery and chase also were to be brought back here. Both men are to be lodged in the county jail at Newport sometime today, it was indicated. The thrilling chase of the 5 bandits through the hills and hollows of this and the adjoining Illinois counties was pieced together today as each of the pursuers gave his very version of the gun battle, which finally cornered the men north of Slidell. Commend pursuers. Although Chief Helms and Patrolman Burnside saw most of the action in the running battle, too much credit cannot be given to Ernie Boeto and Charles Clark, Boeto's driver most of the time. Boeto accounted for the death of one of the bandits and aided in running down and capturing at least one more. It was Boeto's rifle which ended the bandit's career of Thomas Bell. Sheriff Harry Newland and Deputy Raymond Foltz were also very active in the hunt for the bandits. Newland was instrumental in rousing the countryside to the north and led his part of the posse throughout the chase. He, with Foltz and Burnside, brought the first man to surrender, Long, back to the Newport jail, from where he was taken to Terre Haute for safekeeping, after threats against his life were heard. To Miss Hazel Hayes, chief operator at the Clinton office of the Indiana Bell Telephone, and the telephone company goes the credit for keeping the officers and posse men as well as the other citizens informed about the chase. Open lines were kept throughout the day for this purpose, and each movement of the bandits and pursuers was instantly flashed to those most interested. Although the few named are given special credit in the chase and capture, the highest commendation is due to all the farmers who joined in the pursuit and the others aided in the capture or killing of the 5 desperados. Former deputy is victim of bandit machine gun fire. Joe L. Walker, the well-known former deputy sheriff of Dana, who courageously jumped into the hot chase of the 5 Clinton Bank bandits yesterday, was wounded in a gun battle west of Dana, died this morning at 9:30 o'clock in the St. Anthony's Hospital in Terre Haute. Walker had been taken there after he was found lying in the pavement west of Dana, seriously wounded. He had been shot twice by one of the 5 bandits in the gun battle. Both shots pierced the stomach and liver, causing severe internal injuries. He was rushed to Terre Haute, almost 30 miles away, and was nearly dead from loss of blood when he reached the hospital over an hour later. Sought Sheriff's Post. Walker had been a deputy sheriff under Harry Newland until last spring. At that time, he announced his candidacy for the nomination of sheriff of the Democratic ticket. He was defeated in the primary election. Since that time, he has been acting as a representative of the Bankers Detective Association. When he received the call from the Clinton that the Citizen Bank had been robbed and the men were headed towards Dana, he immediately jumped into his car with Omar Ham and started out on State Road 36. He caught up with the chief of police Helms and patrolman Burnside, leading the pursuers at the Windus corner west of Dana. Not knowing the extent of the bandits' defense equipment, Walker jumped out behind the bandits' car, and before he had a chance to fire the 3 shots, one of the robbers filled him with 2 bullets. By that time, the rain of the bullets had increased, and the police and the bandits were exchanging shots freely. The bandits had stopped to crawl into the Chevrolet truck driven by Will Gilbert, and after transferring their light machine guns, started on with the pursuers hot on their trail. Picked up by farmer. Ed Green, a farmer near Dana, came along a few minutes later and found Walker lying in the road. He took him to Dana, where an ambulance was called from Terre Haute. Walker leaves his widow, Mrs. Florence Jones Walker, his mother, Mrs. Andrew Hess, a sister, Mrs. Margaret McGow, a brother, William Walker, of New York City, and an aunt and uncle, Mr. and Mrs. Joe Walker, of Elm Street. Walker lived with his uncle and aunt here in Clinton since childhood, his father having died when he was a small boy. He was born a farmer about a mile north of Vermilion County in Edgar County, Illinois. He was 31 years old on August 15th last. On December 19th, they had some more articles about the police officers and the people that led the charge to follow the bank robbers, and also some more information about the funeral that they held for Joe Walker. On December 19th, 1930, Joe L. Walker, funeral services for the well-known Dana garbage man and former deputy sheriff Joe Walker, shot in the bandit chase Tuesday, were held this afternoon in Dana. Heroes of the bandit chase. E. Boeto, whose bullet is believed to have killed 1 bandit. Center is Walter Burnside, Clinton patrolman wounded by the bandits. And right is Everett Helms, Clinton chief of police who led the bandit chase. This article is from December 22nd, 1930. 2 bank bandits to face trial in this county. Men being held as those who helped rob bank here to face 2 charges. Definite decision to hold James Clark, 32, and Walter Dietrich, 26, the 2 remaining members of the 5 Citizen Bank bandits, and try them in this county was made this morning with the return of Homer Ingram, prosecutor. Ingram has been on a trip through the South, and Al Satterley has been acting in his place. Ingram announced that the two would be charged with bank robbery and auto banditry. Arraignment will be held sometime today or tomorrow. If the men enter pleas of guilty and are sentenced, they can be given sentences totaling 45 years. The bank robbery charges carries a sentence of 10 to 25 years, while the auto banditry carries 10 to 20 years. The sentencing judge can make the two charges run concurrently or in sequence. Men closed-mouthed. Clark and Diedrich are being held in separate cells in the county jail at Newport. Utmost care is being taken to guard the men, and only persons who are known to the sheriff, Harry Newland, are admitted to the jail. Neither of the men will talk much about the robbery, although officials have questioned both considerably since they were lodged in the jail last Thursday. Questioning revealed that the 5 men who carried out the robbery stayed in a Danville, Illinois hotel Monday night preceding the holdup on Tuesday. It was there that the final robbery plans were made. The two were alleged to have told officers that Hunter, the third of the group to die, and who claimed he was the Terre Haute bootlegger, drove the bandits down from Danville and also was at the car, the first to commandeer north of Clinton. Diedrich says Hunter was shot soon after the bank holdup. While Hunter G.W. Landry and Thomas Bell lay in the morgue at the Slidell, Illinois, officials of the county were prepared to bury the trio today. Funeral services were expected to be held this afternoon or tomorrow morning. Men closed-mouthed. Clark and Diedrich are being held in separate cells in the county jail at Newport. Utmost care is being taken to guard the men, and only persons who are known to the sheriff, Harry Newland, are admitted to the jail. Neither of the men will talk much about the robbery, although officials have questioned both considerably since they were lodged in the jail last Thursday. Questioning revealed that the 5 men who carried out the robbery stayed in a Danville, Illinois hotel Monday night preceding the holdup on Tuesday. It was there that the final robbery plans were made. The two were alleged to have told officers that Hunter, the third of the group to die, and who claimed he was the Terre Haute bootlegger, drove the bandits down from Danville and also was at the car, the first to commandeer north of Clinton. Diedrich says Hunter was shot soon after the bank holdup. While Hunter G.W. Landry and Thomas Bell lay in the morgue at the Slidell, Illinois, officials of the county were prepared to bury the trio today. Funeral services were expected to be held this afternoon or tomorrow morning. Thank you for listening to this 2-part series, and if you have any requests on different topics or information that you would like us to share, please send us an email or comment down below. Send us a message on Facebook or YouTube, and I hope you enjoy this. Happy New Year, and see you next week.